I rode the 2026 CVO Street Glide. Harley just changed everything. The 2026 Harley-Davidson CVO Street Glide doesn't enter the conversation. It hijacks it, flips it upside down, and forces every rider, fan, and keyboard warrior to pick a side. This is the motorcycle that turns parking lots into crowds, fuel stops into conversations, and comment sections into battlegrounds. From the moment rumors began leaking, the internet started buzzing, arguing, speculating, and fighting over what Harley-Davidson was about to unleash. Now that it's here, one thing is painfully clear. This bike was never meant to be reasonable. It was built to dominate attention, to provoke emotion, and to remind the world exactly why the CVO badge still scares competitors. Every angle of the 2026 CVO Street Glide screams authority. This is not design meant to blend in or politely coexist with traffic. The Batwing fairing looks sharper, angrier, and more muscular than ever, as if it's permanently locked in attack mode. The paint isn't just paint, it's layered, deep, almost alive, changing character depending on light and movement. You don't look at this bike, you stare at it. People who don't even ride motorcycles feel compelled to walk around it, to touch it, to ask questions they don't even know how to phrase. Harley didn't just build a motorcycle here, they built an object of obsession. Fire it up, and the sound alone is enough to separate the faithful from the faint-hearted. The engine doesn't politely clear its throat. It announces its presence with a low, aggressive rumble that feels like it vibrates through bone instead of air. This is the sound people try to imitate, record, argue about, and chase with aftermarket exhausts, except here it comes straight from the factory, unapologetic and raw. Twist the throttle and the bike responds instantly, not with frantic revs, but with a tidal wave of torque that feels heavy, deliberate, and absolutely intoxicating. This isn't speed you measure with numbers, it's speed you feel in your chest. Out on the open road, the 2026 CVO Street Glide transforms into something almost mythical. Long highways feel shorter, empty stretches of asphalt become invitations rather than obstacles, and every on-ramp turns into an excuse to roll on the throttle just to feel that surge again. The bike feels planted, unshakable, like it's carving its own lane through the world. Crosswinds, rough pavement, endless miles. None of it seems to bother this machine. It doesn't fight the road, it dominates it. Then comes the shock factor, because for all its size, presence, and attitude, the CVO Street Glide handles far better than outsiders expect. Lean it into a corner, and it responds with confidence, stability, and composure that silences doubters instantly. This is where the myth of big baggers can't ride completely collapses. Harley has spent years refining chassis dynamics, suspension geometry, and rider feedback, and in 2026, it shows. This bike isn't just about straight lines, it's about control, trust, and the kind of ride feel that makes you want to push just a little harder every time. Comfort on the CVO Street Glide isn't soft or detached, it's commanding. The seat holds you like it understands. Long rides aren't about luxury alone, but about support and posture over hours and hours of riding. The riding position feels natural, confident, and ready for distance without ever feeling lazy. Wind protection is dialed in so you're shielded from fatigue, but still connected to the environment, still aware that you're riding, not being chauffeured. This balance is where Harley shines, and the 2026 CVO proves they know exactly who this bike is for. Technology on this machine doesn't scream for attention. It works quietly, efficiently, and exactly when you need it. The cockpit feels modern without becoming clinical, giving you information without overwhelming the senses. Navigation, ride data, connectivity, audio. It's all there, integrated in a way that feels intentional instead of forced. Unlike some rivals that feel like rolling tablets, the CVO Street Glide keeps the focus where it belongs, on the ride, the road, and the rider's connection to both. And then there's the CVO factor, the thing you can't quantify but everyone understands. This isn't mass production. This isn't common. This isn't meant for everyone. The Custom Vehicle Operations Badge means exclusivity, premium finishes, and attention to detail that goes beyond normal production standards. Owning one isn't just about riding. It's about belonging to a smaller circle, a higher tier. It's the difference between buying a motorcycle and claiming one. The reactions say everything. Some riders call it the ultimate expression of Harley-Davidson. Others say it's excessive, unnecessary, even outrageous. And that's exactly the point. Nobody reacts to this bike with indifference. It sparks debates at bike nights, fuels comment wars online, and divides opinion like only iconic machines can. People defend it passionately, criticize it loudly, and secretly dream about it at night. That emotional gravity is something no spec sheet can manufacture. On long-distance rides, the CVO Street Glide becomes something deeply personal. Hours pass without effort. Miles disappear. Fuel stops feel like intermissions rather than interruptions. The bike settles into a rhythm that feels almost alive, responding to throttle inputs, road conditions, and rider mood like a trusted companion. Late-night rides under empty skies feel cinematic, almost unreal, like the bike was built specifically for those moments when the road belongs only to you. What truly separates the 2026 CVO Street Glide from everything else isn't just performance or luxury, it's identity. This bike doesn't try to be everything to everyone. It doesn't chase trends, it doesn't apologize. It stands firm in what it represents: power, presence, heritage, and evolution without compromise. It's a statement against blandness, against over-engineering for the sake of numbers, against motorcycles that forget they're supposed to make you feel alive. The price will spark arguments, the size will intimidate some, the attitude will offend others. But none of that matters to the riders this bike was built for. The CVO Street Glide isn't about justification, it's about desire. You don't buy this motorcycle because it makes sense. You buy it because nothing else makes you feel the same way. In 2026, the bagger war is louder, more competitive, and more aggressive than ever. Every brand wants the crown. Every manufacturer claims innovation, but the CVO Street Glide doesn't chase the competition, it dares them to catch up. It stands as a reminder that Harley-Davidson still knows how to build a motorcycle that becomes a symbol, not just a product. This is the bike that turns heads before it even moves. The bike that sounds different from anything else on the road. The bike that makes riders second-guess their loyalty, their priorities, and their idea of what a touring motorcycle should be. The 2026 Harley-Davidson CVO Street Glide isn't subtle, efficient, or restrained. It's bold, loud, and unforgettable.